Hello. My face appeared, which I guess means it's my cue to start talking. And welcome everybody to the 2026 Esther Day celebration. Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. This is very cool, very exciting. And let's see, we have so many wonderful guests tonight. Many members of the Earl family are here, and can't wait to introduce you to all of them, as well as John and Sarah, who are going to do a very special Dear Hank and John / Dear Sarah and John, whatever you choose to call this. So that is also going to be very fun and cool. Before we get into all of that, just a quick introduction to what we're all doing here today. This is our annual celebration of Esther Day, which is Esther Earl's birthday. And before her passing, when asked what she wanted everybody to do on her birthday, she wanted a day to celebrate non-romantic love. And so this is a day for telling your friends and family and all the people that you maybe don't have quite the same good habits of telling them that you love them. This is the day that you got to do it. You better go tell all your people how much you love and cherish and value them. So that's what we're doing here today. And we're also raising some money for The Star Won't Go Out, which we will also talk about more later today. As you can see, there is a live and pop-in chat going on here, and I just want to quickly remind you all to be incredibly, respectful and kind and gracious, as I know you all are. Just, keep it respectful in the chat. And other than that, things we're doing today, we have several different segments. I guess I sort of already acknowledged that in terms of who our guests are. So the last thing that I wanted to say, two more things before we actually get into it. One is a reminder that raffle sales will close later in the event. So if you want to enter that raffle, please do so. But you still have time, but not a lot. The clock is ticking. Better go get your raffle tickets. And last thing before we jump into today's celebration, I also want to make sure to give a huge thank you to all of the amazing volunteers helping out behind the scenes. You will see Untapped Inkwell and Max in the Zoom chat throughout the event. They are here to help answer questions and share helpful links and just keep our chat the kind, welcoming, and respectful place that makes Esther Day so special. Behind the scenes, Amanda Brown is coordinating tonight's raffle and helping keeping everything running smoothly. There are a lot of moving pieces today, and we could not do this event with all of them. I personally am basically just a teleprompter puppet, and so I'm really grateful to all of the thoughtful people who are pulling those strings. So if you see Untapped Inkwell, Max, or Amanda in the chat, please be sure to send them a little bit of love. And with that, let's get into it. And so to help us begin tonight's celebration, I would like to welcome some very special, very important people, Lori and Wayne Earl, Esther's parents, along with some of Esther's siblings.
Hi, happy Esther Day.
Hello.
Yesterday.
Hey.
Happy Esther Day.
Happy Esther Day.
Happy Esther
Day.
All right.
Love you.
We love you.
You
I'm
guys.
so glad you
Love you
guys could
guys.
all be here to help celebrate this awesome day. Yeah. Thank you for coming. I hope everybody's prepped for an exciting evening and a chance to see all your friends and chat with people. So love that we can all be here together.
Mm-hmm. Got the most beautiful grandkids in the world right there. And daughters and sons.
Aya, Ori, anybody want to say anything? Happy yesterday.
Happy Esther Day. I'll be chatting with you guys in a few minutes, so I'll leave my my words for then. But it's so cool to see all of the messages of love coming through and where you guys are joining us from. I saw someone got up at 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. for you right now. I saw someone is up at 4 a.m. So wherever you guys are joining us from, it's so exciting to have you here with us.
Hey, well, thank you so much to Lori and Wayne. It is always so wonderful to hear from you, and obviously, like, fantastic to begin this day with the people who started it all. Oh no, where did Evangeline go? That's I.
I'm here. I might need to be spotlit.
Welcome, Evangeline. Sorry, she wasn't supposed to go away. She wasn't supposed to leave.
Here I am.
Incredible.
I'm so happy to be here. And Nicole, I'm so happy to be here with you and have this opportunity to connect with you and have you get to connect with all of these amazing people joining us from all over the world. It's really wonderful to have you here as a host for us.
The thing that what you and your family have built here is really, really so beautiful and so special. And it is like such an honor and a privilege to get to be a part of it. Yes. What makes this so special is that it is like rooted in a real person, right? This real person and a real family. And I am so excited that we get to, actually hear from you guys and have you be a part of that. Before we get into our little chat here, I want to introduce you properly to the people. So for those of you who do not know, Evangeline knew Esther not just as the inspiration behind Esther Day, but as her little sister. Evangeline Mojica serves as the executive director of This Star Won't Go Out Now. I think you mentioned earlier that you just celebrated your 1 year in that position, which is very cool.
1 year is coming up in October.
Oh, so okay, not quite.
I joined This Star Won't Go Out in a more official capacity this past October 2025, and so my 1 year will be coming up. And yeah, I'm happy to be here in the role of executive director, although I've been very involved with This Star Won't Go Out since my parents founded it back in 2011 in different ways, different volunteer roles, helping with outreach and sponsorships and helping with different fundraisers that This Star Won't Go Out has hosted for all of these years. So stepping into the role of executive director last October, and almost celebrating my 1 year in this role is, it just feels really aligned.
So I guess for anybody who is not familiar with This Star Won't Go Out, is there anything else that you can tell us about, like, what the organization is and does, and what does that mean now that you're the executive director?
I know you and I were chatting earlier today, and I was reflecting on it this morning about how so many of you who are joining us today for Esther Day, you may have found out about Esther Day through John Green, maybe Hank Green, different ways that you have just heard about Esther Day and what we call at This Star Won't Go Out, the Valentine's Day for all the other kinds of love that exist. And This Star Won't Go Out, but I was reflecting on it earlier, and I realized that some of you may not know too much about our nonprofit. And Esther Day is something that we celebrate every year because it's just a natural, I consider it a beautiful arm of what we do here at This Star Won't Go Out, in a beautiful way, really, to celebrate community and connection and love, all kinds of love that exist in the world. And This Star Won't Go Out, as I had briefly mentioned just a few minutes ago, was founded in 2011. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. My parents started the organization. They started This Star Won't Go Out a year after, or shortly after, my younger sister, Esther, Grace Earl, passed away from cancer. And I really consider the founding of This Star Won't Go Out, for those of you who maybe don't know the background of our nonprofit, sort of a way for my parents to process and work through the grief of having lost Esther, my younger sister. And what we do at This Star Won't Go Out is we provide financial grants to families who actively have a child who's going through treatment. And we actually are unique in that we help to provide these financial grants to youth or young adults all the way up through age 26. So the grants that we do provide are typically helping these families to cover expenses that insurance doesn't typically cover. So the grants that we provide help these families to pay for things like rent, mortgage payments, utility bills, travel to and from the hospital as they're going to and from to bring their child to their appointments, for their child to go through treatment, parking garage expenses. Oftentimes when a child is diagnosed with cancer, one parent either has to really dramatically like limit the amount of time they're working, or they have to step back from working at all to be there to support and care for their child. So while
Right,
the
and
financial
all the
grants,
bills are
I
also
wish we could provide so much more, but the financial grants that we do provide help to cover those types of things.
yeah. And all of that is happening at a time when they're occurring all of these bills as well too. So it's a
Yes.
lot financially to manage for
Yes.
sure.
And we hope that through our financial grants, we're able to ease the emotional burden, the financial burden, even just a little bit, so that they can really focus their time and energy on caring for their child.
Speaking of those children, for anybody who, maybe wasn't here, is not a Nerdfighter since 2010, 2011, whatever. Can you talk a little bit about Esther and what she was like just as your little sister?
Yeah. So my little sister, so a lot of you guys know Esther through her YouTube videos, Crazy Crayon. And maybe you've even read This Star Won't Go Out, which is a compilation of her journal entries. So she was like an avid writer, an avid journalist. And so many of you probably know Esther either through the book, or you know her through her YouTube videos, or you know her through John Green. When I think of her, and many of you probably see her this way too, for those of you who've like interacted with her energy and her presence, which lives on, right? It lives on even after her passing. You probably see her as someone who is like goofy, very creative, really just like very playful and joyful. And so those are the ways that I saw my little sister too. Just like I'm one of 5 kids, so just like any of us who have siblings, and especially younger siblings, we know that our younger siblings can like annoy the heck out of us. And so when I was younger, she'd always be following me around and my older sister around. She'd want to borrow, as we got older, she'd want to borrow my clothes. And she was, always wanting to spend time with me and my other siblings. And as we got older, like into our tweens, into our teenage years, we became really, really close friends. So I feel really grateful and blessed that I got to consider Esther one of my best friends. And so I got to see her playful side in person. There were times when we were younger and we like shared a room on and off throughout our childhood. And I remember this one like memory so vividly of us staying up way too late at night until like 2 or 3 in the morning, just like talking and laughing. And some of you have probably done this. We were making our like evil laugh, like whoa, and we were just doing that over and over and over again, like cracking up, laughing so hard that we had tears streaming out of our eyes. So different moments, memories like that about Esther being goofy and playful and silly. But then the other side of her, which many of you have probably seen as well from her, through her writing, through her YouTube videos, were that she had such presence and depth. And she was very selfless. Like even as she was going through treatment, the first thing she would ask when you walked into the room was to ask how you were doing. Like, how are you, Evangeline? How are you, Abby? How are you, Nicole? How are you feeling? What's going on in your life? So she was always so present and so focused on the people in her life. And that is something that, getting emotional here as I think of my sister, but that's something that I have, since her passing, like I've really tried to embody, as well as being so present and reflecting back to people that compassion and that love and that care that you have for them. So those are the ways that I saw her. Those are the ways that I still see her to this day. And I hope that many of you have seen those little inklings from her YouTube videos and from the book, This Star Won't Go Out, as well.
I mean, I think that compassion is incredibly evident in the fact that this is what she wanted as her legacy, right? This is that she chose.
Absolutely. Yep. Her last birthday before she passed. So August 3rd today. Happy Esther Day. This is Esther's birthday. And John and Hank Green asked her, because they were friends with her. And so they asked her, hey, Esther, like as we move forward, how do you want to celebrate your birthday? And I know you mentioned this earlier, Nicole, but she said, I really just want it to be a day where people tell the people in their lives that they love them. And so Esther Day is something that has really grown over the years in a really profound way. I mean, this community is so incredible. I see all of these chats coming through. I wish I could read every single one. I'll go back and read them later. But just the community, the connection, the relationships that have been formed, the friendships that have been formed, like through this community, through Nerdfighteria, through Esther Day, through her legacy, is just like so inspiring to see and really powerful.
Yeah. This has been really, really beautiful. What has that been like for you and your family, getting to watch Esther Day grow the way that it has year over year?
Just so special. I mean, no one could have ever guessed that her memory, her legacy would live on in this kind of a way. And again, to see like the community that is so strong and grows every year. I don't know if you guys who are joining us know, but we have over 500 people who are on this meeting right now who've joined Esther Day. And every year with the raffle tickets, this isn't even an active fundraiser that we do, but because of the raffle tickets, we always raise thousands of dollars for our nonprofit as well. And so to see that, I mean, it's just so special, because birthdays are special for all of us. I think that you should always actively celebrate your birthday and celebrate yourself and celebrate your mom for giving birth to you. But to see Esther Day like grow and expand and impact so many people's lives, it's just, I don't even have words for it. It's really a powerful, powerful thing to be a part of.
Are there moments that you look at, like, having watched this grow over all these years, and as, Esther's big sister, and, to have had her as your best friend, you guys were quite close in age. Like, are there moments that you look that you had that happen and you think to yourself, oh my God, Esther would have loved this?
Yeah, I mean, just, I know that she would have been on Project for Awesome, like actively in the chat. She would have been a huge part of Nerdfighteria still to this day. I wouldn't be surprised, John and Hank, John Green, if she was like working for John Green, or if she was an author, a writer. I think that, I just think that like she would have been very humbled by all of that energy and the love. And again, just the like community. I keep going back to community connection because that really is what Esther Day is for me. But just to see how it's grown, I think she would have been like, I don't even know how she would have felt. Humbled, I think. But really excited. Her YouTube career could have taken off because she was at the start of vlogging and like YouTube videos. And I think that she would just be like such an active participant in this community, in Nerdfighteria, and a really like active member of her local community as well, because she just had so much love and she had so much compassion for others, for animals. So I could see her, just being like a really active member of any community that she would have been a part of.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. What does it mean for you to continue Esther's legacy with the work that you're doing with The Star Won't Go Out?
Yeah, so it's really special, the fact that This Star Won't Go Out was founded in memory and in honor of her. And my parents, at that time, of having to take care of a child actively going through treatment. She went through multiple different kinds of surgeries. So she was diagnosed in 2006, and then she passed away in 2010. So for 4 years, she actively went through treatment. She had a couple of surgeries. She went through multiple rounds of chemotherapy, multiple rounds of radiation. And that is something that was such a hardship, for my family to go through. And I was a teenager at the time, so I don't even know the direct impact that it had on my parents. But I do know that one of them or the other was taking her to and from her appointments. They were going and they were sleeping overnight in the hospital with her for those 4 years. And so they had to limit, the amount of work that they were able to do, which meant that they had to limit the amount of income that they were bringing in. And so I experienced that, as a child, as a sibling with my sister going through treatment. I experienced just a lot of the hardship and the stress and the burden that was placed on a family unit. And so with This Star Won't Go Out, just the fact that we are able to give back to these families, we are able to actively connect with these families. So the families that we provide financial grants to, they're typically being treated at a hospital in Boston. And at This Star Won't Go Out, we've developed really good relationships with the social workers at these hospitals, and they end up referring us to different families who could really use the financial assistance and support. And so to have seen what This Star Won't Go Out has grown into over all of these years, the community aspect, the relationship building aspect of, developing wonderful relationships with not only the families, but the social workers that we work with. It is something that I feel really inspired to be a part of. And I know that the fact that, her memory inspired this community, this activism, this nonprofit, and that it's grown into something even larger than what we could have originally envisioned is, it's just really inspiring to be a part of. And it feels really good, to be able to give back to these families who are going through something that my family so intimately went through as well.
Right. And it is everything that you're saying about sort of community building. That is the thing that Esther was doing as a teenager, right? She was doing all of this sort of, community building work online.
Yeah. She was being creative. She was connecting with other people. Absolutely. She's part of Catitude. I know many of you were Catitude and Nerdfighters early on.
I used to live, my old roommate our housemate in Missoula was also a member of Catitude, so that's my personal tie.
Actually, and I think that she may have come out, your friend, I think she came out for Esther's Make-A-Wish.
Oh, yes. Yes. But yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I did know that. Let's see. Sorry, I lost track of my little list of questions here. Oh, okay. Esther Day celebrates love, friendship, and family, and community. Which of those, what is that? Love, friendship, family, community. So there's four pillars there. Which of those themes feels especially meaningful to you this year?
All of them. All of them at all times.
Pick one.
It's hard to pick just one. But, earlier this year, I was reflecting on this question earlier. And earlier this year, my father-in-law passed away. And so, all of those things are so important. But I have seen how community and family and love, of course, friendship too, right? They're all intertwined. But I have really seen how the love and the family has been such an instrumental part of working through grief. And so for those of you who have lost someone, you've gone through grief, maybe you're actively going through grief, you're going through loss, you're going through changing, career paths, breaking up with someone, going through, the loss of a relationship, those, having family, having community around you, having the love from those people is so important to work through the difficult times in life. And of course, the good times where we celebrate too, right? But, especially with the loss of my father-in-law earlier this year, just having that family and that community to really wrap its arms around one another and all realize that we're going through life together. We're going through the ebbs and flows of life. We're going through the grief of life. We're going through the joy of life. We get to all chat about the funny memories that we have of my father-in-law, the joyful moments as well as the sad moments. So for me, I think that the thing that's been most present for me this year has been the power of family and the power of love and community. And that's a perfect segue for me just to remind all of you right now, in this moment and I know you'll be able to do this during the next segment with my parents, Lori and Wayne Earl, and then throughout the event, and keep going, you know, with spreading love and reaching out to people that you love. But I would say, like, in this moment, if someone just pops into your head, a friend, a coworker, a family member, someone that you love, someone that you care about, right? It doesn't even have to be like love. It could be just you care about them, you're connected with them, they're part of your community. I encourage each of you to just like pick up your phone right now, send a text, hey, I'm thinking of you, you know, sending you a virtual hug, call people tomorrow, write a handwritten note, and then mail it off tomorrow. Anytime you have the thought of someone pop into your head, reach out to them. You know, like reach out to them. This is something I've really gotten better at over the last several years because I've been actively practicing it. Where in the past, I would have the thought of, you know, a good friend of mine or a coworker like pop into my head, and I'd be like, I'd send them love. I'd send them my thoughts. I'd send them my energy, but I wouldn't actively reach out to them. And now over the last like 2 to 5 years, I've really been trying to practice when I think of someone to reach out to them right in that moment. And you never know the kind of impact that you reaching out is going to have on someone. You never know how powerful that message could be for them to receive. You don't know what someone is going through emotionally. You don't know what they're going through physically, right? You don't know what they're going through in their life. And so you also don't know like how powerful you reaching out to them could be for them. So I would encourage each of you right now, if you have a second, just, you know, shoot off a text or do that later on this evening, you know, as you're thinking of the people in your life that you care about.
I can think of countless times where somebody who I'm maybe not even that close with, you know, sent me some sort of, hey, I was thinking about you, whatever. And like never once was I like, oh, why are you like talking to me? That is never the reason, but it's
always means so much. And then like often when you get a text or like a letter in the mail, you know, a phone call from someone in your life, you're like, oh, I was thinking about you too. You know, like it's so wild how often that will happen where you're like, oh my goodness, like you were on my mind too. But it's always so well received, right? Like when people reach out to us, if someone texted me and they're like, hey, Evangeline, I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. You know, I was just thinking about you. Oh my gosh, like that message is received with so much love from me. And it makes my day. So you guys can always make someone's day as well.
And like being the one to sort of put that message out is also, you know, in when I was, you know, deepest, heaviest in my own grief, it is like that is a way in which there's a way in which grief makes you kind of forget how to be a person. Like you're just like, I'm not, you know, you feel sort of, I don't know, not like a person. And there is something about like that act of like when you are thinking about and remembering all of the people who are still here and present in your life, that is, I think, a really like good and important way of bringing yourself back into the world as well. So on either side of this, everybody wins. Everybody wins when you take the time to reach out to people and let them know.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Well, Evangeline, thank you so much for being here with us. It's genuinely so lovely getting to meet you and chat with you. Thank you for sharing your memories and your perspective and your heart. We are all just so lucky to be here with you tonight. I think that one of the beautiful things that, as we have just been discussing about Esther Day, is the way in which it reminds us that these small things matter, these small acts of love, a phone call, a text message, an email, whatever it is, sending your friend a TikTok that you see that reminds you of them. It can have a bigger impact than you realize. And so as we continue tonight's celebration, I would invite you all to take a moment to celebrate and reflect on the people that matter most to you. And transition over into our, hopefully I said this, I like did a long enough wind up that everybody's ready for us to transition into our messages of love segment.
Bye guys. Happy Esther Day, everyone.
Oh, sorry. I I thought that was all of the transition. That was not all of the transition. I'm not done. I am welcoming back Lori and Wayne to lead that segment.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
That was so beautiful. Our Evangeline, man. Can't wait to read your
did pretty good,
books. Huh? Oh, yeah. I didn't have much to do with it, but yeah. Absolutely.
Pretty amazing. So proud of her. So anyway, you guys, it is so amazing to have all of you here, all of you, hundreds of people from all over the country and the continent and the globe, I hope.
Globe.
And
Might be some Martians.
I kind of like this holiday.
It's my favorite, absolutely.
Yeah, it is. It is like the best holiday in the world. So we are going to be leading into a time for you to take 2 minutes. It will be on a timer because many of you have probably had some amazing good intentions and you've thought of people, they've popped in your head, but we're going to actually give you the time during this event to take those 2 minutes to contact at least one of those. So we're gonna give you.
Well, not yet.
We're gonna pause just a minute. I wanted to make a couple more comments. So we're not starting the timer yet. But that timer is there, and it's gonna turn on pretty soon. But first, I wanted to share with you just a comment that came to me today. An email from a friend, Sierra. Sierra is a Nerdfighter and a Catitude member that was one of Esther's really good friends, the very same age as Esther, just about the same, certainly the same year. But Sierra wrote to me today, and I asked her if I could share a few of her comments with you folks, and because they touched my heart so much. And here's just a couple comments that, and I'm going to be reading it because I want it to sound just right. But she said, Sierra says, one of the things, of course, is I think about her on her birthday. She says. But she said that she has made it through all of these days after losing Esther and will continue to do so with the love and the community of those around us. All of us get through our grief that way, right? Through community. None of this is new, but both August 3rd and August 25th, the world kind of forces you to rethink. So August 3rd, Esther came into the world, and August 25th, she left us. And so Sierra said, I had a horrible realization that she would have been 32 today. Like I am, says Sierra. I don't need to explain math to you that's 16 years with her and 16 without. Time feels unimaginable. And then Sierra goes on and she says what's in her heart. She said, I'm endlessly grateful for the friendships that I have because of meeting her. And for the pure fact that we did meet. It's crazy to think we were alive at the same time. We found the same corner of the universe at the same time. We were the same age once, and the fact that Esther and I shared any moments together feels like a small miracle. Profoundly thankful for that. And then she just ends up by saying love to you guys. And it's just a reminder of the impact that friendships make, that people mean to us, and a chance for understanding why Esther wanted so badly for the one day that she got to pick as a celebration to be a day to say, I love you to those people in her life that mattered so much and in your life that matter so much.
So we can do that. We can start the timer.
So we're going to start the timer and give you 2 minutes. You can send a text. You could sit and write a letter and get it started. You could call somebody. And so when you see that timer start or before, go ahead and share that love that you have in your heart with someone that matters to you.
Hello. Sorry, I was in the middle of sending my text message. I didn't realize our time was running out. Anyway, I will finish sending that text message when I am done. I have things to do now. Yes, delivering Esther Times. I was hard at work delivering my Esther Times. I hope that everybody else is also locking those in. Before we continue, I forgot to mention that the raffle is now closed. We will announce the winners now, I think. Yes, I hope so. I hope you all had a chance to reach out to somebody. And I should have told you that the raffles work was closed before that. I forgot, but it's closed, and we are now announcing the winners. And I believe they are going to be provided to me via the chat. Oh, sorry. They're going to announce during John and Sarah. It was supposed to be now, but I messed up. I apologize. So instead of announcing the winners, we are gonna transition to our final special guest segment. A live Dear Hank. Wait, muted. Am I muted? No. Okay.
You're great. You're perfect.
Okay, thanks, John. So for our final segment, we are thrilled to welcome John Green and Sarah Urist Green for a special
Hi.
Esther Day edition of Dear Hank and John.
Hi,
so
Nicole. It's so good to see you. I love your
Good
heart
to see you
glasses.
Thanks. Thanks, man. It's good.
Oh,
What a joyful day. What a
Yes.
joyful evening.
well, I've been
And look,
crying.
we're both artists.
I've been crying, but it also joyful. It's both. It contains multitudes today.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Nicole, it's so good to see you. It brings me such joy to see you, and thank you for doing this. Thank you for being such a great MC for this event, and thank you to all the volunteers who work at This Star Won't Go Out, and to Evangeline for running the show, and Lori and Wayne for inspiring us every day. It just means so much to me, and to see Esther's legacy continue in this extraordinary way is just a source of nonstop gratitude for me. So you're about to see my kids in the background, by the way. They're tromping down the stairs. Tromp, 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 tromp. There they are.
Say hi. Say hi and happy yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
You know what has brought me the greatest joy this evening is all the Earl family dimples.
Yes, a lot of good Earl family dimples.
I mean,
a lot of great dimples in that family.
Dimples have been passed along
Yeah.
to this next generation.
It's true. A lot of grandchildren with some great dimples. All right, we are going to answer some questions from our listeners. I think the podcast is still called Dear Sarah and John until 2028, and then it's going to be Dear John and Sarah. But this one's from Jay, who writes, Dear Sarah and John, what are your favorite songs of the summer? Songs of the summer on my mind as I'm participating in the TB Fighters parody rendition of Chapel Roan's iconic song of the summer, Hot to Go. And the parody is encouraging Gilead to make the cost of their HIV prevention medication affordable. It was a great parody, by the way, and it makes me really proud, Jay, to see TB Fighters doing such amazing work, pressing for more access to lenacapavir, which is just an incredible medication, if only we could make it available to all the people who need it. What is your song of the summer, Sarah?
Well, I think it's supposed to be like a trendy song, right? Like a new song.
Yeah, it's got to be like an O-Rod song.
But the thing that comes to mind, like the songs I love in the summer are like Bill Withers' Lovely Day or something like that.
Wow.
That's a great summer song.
Our song of the last few summers has actually been the last John Prine album. John Prine died of COVID in 2021. And we listened to his songs.
Not at all hot to go.
Not at all hot to go. But Olivia Rodrigo's new album, I think, is Song of the Summer worthy.
Yeah, but that's not one song. Drop Dead?
Drop Dead.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Let's say Drop Dead.
We'll say Drop Dead. All right, Drew writes, Dear John and Sarah, I have become a man of a certain age, as John is as well. Sarah, you're exempt, as it's impolite to mention a lady's age.
Of course.
And I've had many friendships that once burned brightly faded distant memory. How do the two of you manage the ebbs and flows? I find myself often mourning friendships and what might have been despite years of time drifting us apart. The situations I can think of don't have any major form of incident to break the friendship, just simple time and distance, moldy pumpkins and geriatric penguins. Drew, this is so real.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, if there's somebody that you miss that you wish was still an active part of your life, definitely reach out.
Gotta do it.
You've got to go out of your way to make it work.
Today's a great day to do it, Drew. Yesterday.
Yeah. And you don't have to say I love you because that might scare them away.
I said, it's funny. So
I'm just kidding.
My friendship with the two people I made this World Cup podcast with, Daniel and Sean, my friendship with them hadn't exactly like drifted away, but we definitely weren't very close anymore. It had brightly faded to memory, as Drew puts it so beautifully. And then we had a project together and we became really close to each other. And now we say I love you all the time.
Yeah.
So like Sean and Daniel and I say I love you all the time. So like, yeah. And and
More evolved.
I'm a little more
Many.
evolved, a
Yeah.
little more evolved than I used to be. I just think like if you can just reach out,
Yeah.
and because like you say, there's nothing really there except time that caused the friendship to dwindle away. And I lost a friend a few years ago who I'd let that happen to, and I really regret it. Like I mean, I don't think it would have affected his passing ultimately, but I still think that, you know, I would have liked to be able to say more to him.
Yeah. But I think in general that I wouldn't give yourself too hard of time, Drew. I think it's okay that some friendships have seasons, and like that you're closer to some people now than you used to be, and it ebbs and flows. But I think it's important to keep the door open and stay in touch with the people you want to stay in touch with.
We have a very similar question, Sarah,
Oh.
from Anonymous, who writes, I often tell people that my sister was more like a roommate to me growing up than a sibling. We're almost 5 years apart, so we have completely different hobbies and had a very individualistic family structure. Now we live in different states. That being said, how do I tell my sister that I want to hang out with her? Do I like just come out asking her for coffee the next time I'm home? Should I invite her to spend a weekend with me? Should I give up entirely? How can I face the rejection if she says no? Happy yesterday, older roommate. This is so real because it's a fear of rejection. It's a deep human fear of being put aside by the people we hold dear.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think it's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's like, who was that guy who did that rejection experiment where he like went out every day with the goal of getting rejected?
I can't remember. But
you know
yes,
what I'm talking
I know you're
about?
talking about.
And like he did it, he like had to leave the house for 100 days, and he had to ask people for absurd things until he got rejected, and it kind of like cured him of being afraid of rejection.
Yeah.
And I don't think, obviously it's putting yourself out there, but I think you have to like imagine how good the good would feel of like acceptance, and maybe start with coffee.
Yes, I think start with coffee, but also say like, I mean, it's not a bad day to say like, I miss you. I've been thinking about you. I hope we get to hang out soon.
Yeah.
Another anonymous, probably not the same person, but maybe you never know with anonymous, writes, when do you feel closest to your deceased loved ones?
I'm so visual that it's really, I know it's kind of trite, but photos. Like, because I remember like facial expressions, and it just like helps me remember them as a body, as like a human in the room.
Oh, that's interesting. For me, it's reading. It's like reading books because I'm not a visual person. Or I was thinking about it last night because we were recording that sunset for the Esther Day video I made today, and sunsets do it for me as well. I think about, thank you. I think about Esther. I think about Amy. I think about Mary Warren, our friend we lost in high school, and other folks who passed away, especially when I was a chaplain, and my grandparents, and other people. So I think that for me, it's somewhat special moments make me feel close to them. Like I felt like close to some of those people at my wedding. But also reading books. Like I was just reading this book, this really good book called Some of Us May Never Die, which is about how all of us will die. Robin Wasserman. It hasn't come out yet. But it's really good. And
Humble brag.
Sorry, yeah, it's true. I got to read a book before it came out. I have known Robin Wasserman for 20 years, so
you earned it.
I earned it. She's great, and she wrote a brilliant novel. I think this is her best book, and it was gut-wrenching. It was so heartbreaking to read, and I think part of the reason I've been so teary today is because I read that book, and I've been thinking about people who aren't with us anymore, who I miss.
I always think about Amy Krauss Rosenthal at the end of yoga during Savasana, where you just rest after the exertion, and she would joke that she would fall asleep during Savasana. Yeah. And so I always think about her during Savasana.
I think about her every time I brush my tongue.
Oh yeah.
She had a bit about brushing your tongue that I always think about. So I think about her literally every day. All right. Hannah writes, how do I explain to my family that my friendships forged so far in my life are equal to, if not more important than traditional romantic partnership? It's a great question. I'm in my late 20s doing all that comes with it and found myself incredibly lucky to have a network of deep, thoughtful, and emotionally engaging friendships, ones that I hope will be maintained and nurtured throughout my lifetime. While I, like many, am sorting through the fields of young people in my city to find the right person to file my taxes with, I'm not feeling burdened by the pressures of heteronormative timeline for marriage or house or kids, etc., like my parents seem to be. How do I share with them that I'm happy and fulfilled and growing? I just don't have someone I'm bringing home to dinner quite yet. I'm proud of me and I want them to be too.
I mean, the controversial answer, I don't think you can convince them.
Yeah.
Some people are just so fixated on this idea that like settling down with someone is like the final action. I feel like they just don't want to worry about the other person, worry about you or something.
Yeah.
But it's their I don't know. Maybe it's like a reframing that it's like their problem, not yours. Because it sounds like
But you want your parents to be proud of you, like you want
but
it's like
say,
Hannah's in
hey, I'm happy, I'm fulfilled, I'm growing.
right.
You said it very beautifully just there.
Yeah. And like not having, in fact, like for most people, I think your core romantic relationship is not your only core relationship. Like that's a lot of weight to put on one relationship. And so it should be celebrated that you have this, diverse group of friends and relationships that keep you going. And that's what Esther wanted us to do today, was to remember that, like, Valentine's Day is not the only day worth celebrating love, and romantic love isn't the only kind of love worth celebrating.
Yeah. I mean, I would tell them just that you have a full life, and if you find somebody to file your taxes with, you will, but in the meantime, don't worry about me.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I know that feeling very well. Like I just want to make my parents proud. Like that's my whole, modus operandi on some level. Now I also want to make Sarah proud, but for when I was younger, I just
Secondary.
probably still true, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I think maybe bring home some of those friends and be like, look at these folks, aren't they awesome?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's probably not good advice. I'm a dubious advice giver, Sarah.
Okay. Allison asks, what would you say kept your marriage strong during hard and stressful moments?
It's put in the past tense, like our marriage is over.
Oh, keeps our marriage strong during hard and stressful moments. What would you say to that? I mean, it's not funny or interesting. It's communication.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just that old saw.
But it's also the hermeneutic of generosity, right? Like it's
we should define that.
Can you define it?
Yeah, so hermeneutic is a way of looking or a way of thinking, and of generosity means of generosity.
Yeah.
So it's a way of trying to think about others' behaviors through the lens of generosity rather than through a lens of judgment or a lens of
like
frustration or
somebody
whatever.
cuts you off in traffic. And if you how could you look at that generously? What if they're trying to get to the hospital because they just got a stressful call and they've got a loved one in the hospiel? Like you're giving someone the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And I would think like extending people that kind of patience. And I remember once in the car I said that to one of our kids, and they were like, what if they're just being a jerk?
And they probably are just being a jerk. It just doesn't do you any good to think that they're being a jerk, and it does do the world some good to think that maybe they're in a stressful situation. That made me think about when not long ago I was following an ambulance and the ambulance driver, when I finally got to the hospital, the ambulance driver was like, man, you tailgate. And I was like, well, it's a stressful situation.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that communication is key. I think a hermeneutic of generosity is really important. And then I think for me, it's about understanding that the person sitting next to me is a person I know really well, but cannot know from the inside. And so I have to listen to. Like, no matter how well I know someone, I don't know them from the inside.
Yeah. Don't make assumptions.
Makes an ass out of you and me. Soph and Cece ask, Dear John and Sarah, Weenie 500? How does one become a weenie driver? Does the weenie winner win anything? If either of you were to race, what would you name your dog? Wishing you were at Bajarin's Bitsy Pilser, Sophie and Cece. So a lot of inside jokes there. Bajarin's Bitsy Pilser is a Icelandic hot dog shop.
For the butchering.
Hopefully the Icelanders are asleep. Apologies to the Icelanders.
It's the really good hot dog shop in Reykjavik.
Best hot dog I've ever had.
Yeah, in 2008, the last time we were there.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't had a hot dog better since then.
A long time ago. Yes, okay. And the Weenie 500, for those who don't know, is a couple days before the Indy 500.
The Oscar Mayer Wiener trucks race each other on the Indy 500 course.
Right.
Now it just so happens that we know a Wiener 500 enthusiast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember this person? They came to our house.
My friend from high school's child.
That was my friend from high school's child.
No?
Whisper the name. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just later that same day we saw my friend from high school and I got them conflated. And so we know a lot about the Weenie 500. They dress up in full-on hot dog outfits.
Yeah.
All five of them, including the siblings who aren't that into it.
If either of you were to race, what would you name your dog? Oh man, that's something you've really got to carefully craft.
Hot Rod instead of hot dog. You don't have to craft it that carefully. I just get something stupid.
Yeah, well, mine's really stupid.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Well, in high school, growing up in Alabama, I wanted to get a vanity license plate that said "Show Enough."
Show Enough is a great hot weenie mobile name.
Show Enough.
Show Enough.
Okay.
Why didn't what if okay, throwing this out there, what if for your birthday I got you a Show Enough license plate? I forced you to have a Show Enough license plate.
Please,
you sure?
I'm sure.
Is there a little part of you that wants it?
Okay.
All right. This is from Luis and Sarah. Do you want to know an amazing fact about Luis and Sarah?
Yes.
They met at a John Green book signing. And now they're married. I think they met at a John Green book signing, or else I got them a present at a John Green book signing. Let's just keep.
Okay.
Let's keep up the.
The storyteller.
I'm a storyteller. You know that.
Yeah.
Have you both shared a unique experience with art together? Please share it with us. Best wishes, Luis and Sarah.
Well, one of the most moving experiences with art that we shared for me was out in the Utah desert.
Same.
When we saw Nancy Holt's
Sun Tunnels.
Which you drive and drive and drive. It's in the middle of nowhere, and it's these 4 enormous
cylinders,
cement cylinders that are aligned with.
They create a sort of circular landscape because you're looking through them.
You can look through them,
and then also there are holes in them, right?
Just look it up.
Look it up.
Look up Sun Tunnels, Nancy Holt. And there are little holes in the side. Anyway, there's part of the art experience that is like traveling to and from it.
Yeah.
Like the idea that you're like going out in the middle of nowhere to see this thing. And then in the middle of the desert, you can explore and lay in and sit in and walk through these giant pipes and see the light shine through and watch as the landscapes are framed in the desert. It was cool. It was really special.
It was really good, and we got to enjoy that together. That was what I was going to say. The other one I was going to say was when we were in Marfa, Texas, and we went to that cathedral made of linen.
Yeah, Robert Irwin.
Yeah.
It was like a installation that you walk through, and he calls it scrim, but it's panels of translucent fabric.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's almost like you're in another realm or something.
It made me feel the way the world's largest wooden crucifix made me feel.
Yes.
All right, we got a question from Celeste, who writes, Dear John and Sarah, if there was an official cookie flavor for Esther Day, what would it be and why? Memento Mori, Celeste Moss. Now, we need Esther's family to weigh in on this because I don't know what Esther's favorite cookie was. But my inclination would be a sort of a chocolate chip with a walnut or a pecan, even though I know our daughter can't have them.
Well, and mine also, I was thinking because of the saying I love you, like it's, you know, those cookies that have like the Reese's peanut butter cup in them.
Oh yeah, the little Hershey's Kiss in them.
Well, there's also the you can get a the mini peanut butter cup in them.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like a surprise. It's like
Yeah,
a
but if you get the
yummy.
Hershey's Kiss, then it's got the kiss emoji.
I know. Well, look, you can choose yours.
Oh, great. Well, yours tastes better.
This is how you deal with hardship in a marriage. You have your answer.
You make your cookie, I'll
And I
make
have
mine.
mine. Yeah.
It's a great question, Celeste. And then
Yeah.
finally, John writes, there is a lot of negative news in the world, and it's easy to feel down about the state of humanity. What is giving you hope, pumpkins and penguins, John? So I'll answer first. You can answer second. It is easy to feel down about the state of humanity. And a lot of times in the past, I've often told myself, like, well, this is an oversimplification, and like, you know, child mortality is going down, and this is going up, and literacy is going up, and poverty is going down, and now a lot of those trends are being reversed. And so the sort of macro story isn't as hopeful and is really discouraging and depressing, and it is easy to feel down about the state of humanity and feel like humans.
Okay, it's time to turn it around.
I'm turning it around, thank you. Are not good news, but I really believe that humans can be good news, and for me, Esther Day is a reminder of that, and Esther is a reminder of that. That we can be good news for each other, even when we maybe struggle in the macro. In the micro, we can be incredibly kind to each other, sacrificial, compassionate, good, you know, good. And that's not to say uncomplicated. We're never uncomplicated. It's not to say that we're not also a catastrophe, but we can be really good for each other and to each other.
Mm-hmm. That was lovely, John. What gives me hope is spending time in nature. Although I know that a lot of our world is impacted by climate change and awfulness. When I do experience like a lovely day, go for a walk, watch a sunset, I feel okay. I feel like I can focus on the moment.
Yeah.
I also feel like yes, there are really plenty of awful things about now, and one should always fight to improve the world and improve situations for everybody. I also think about how the struggle has been present forever. And yes, it seems like this is a downturn for us in our worlds, or our world close to home. And in many worlds, I think that it's been like that for a long time. And the people who I respect the most throughout history have just kept on keeping on.
Yeah, just found ways to, in the smallest ways and in the biggest ways, to fight for more equitable social orders, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think about the one time I saw someone buying formula at Walmart. I was in line at Walmart, and the person they were buying it with a credit card, and the person behind them said, "I got it."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's that easy.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of good people in the world, and there's a lot of people who are trying to make good differences in the world, and it's messy, and we're messy, and it's hard, and but like we're lucky to be able to do that work together. We're really lucky to be here. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to lose track of that, and I do despair sometimes. I mean, I fight despair all the time, but like we're lucky to be here, and I'm grateful to be here with y'all.
Me too. This night gives me hope. Are we answering any other questions, Sean?
I think that was the last question, Sarah. So I think we got to bring Nicole back on.
Okay.
Sorry, I mean we rocketed
Are we too
through them.
soon?
You're just so fast, you guys. incredibly powerful.
We can ask each other questions.
We can do each other. We can do a push-up contest.
Yeah, we can ask Nicole questions.
Oh, whoa. No, Nicole, those
You
are,
can
if the
sign up
answers
for
are
that.
written down, I can't. That's not what I
no.
Okay.
Nicole and I are like the teleprompter people.
Exactly. Yeah. You give me a script, I can read it, I'll crush it. That's great.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Whenever someone comes up to me, and I'm sure this is the case for you too, Nicole, whenever somebody comes up to me and they're like, I'm so grateful for Crash Course, I'm always like, thank you. I'm the Ron Burgundy of that
Oh,
program.
yeah. Don't. Well, actually, the first one of the first times that it ever happened to me back in the small town where my parents lived, I was at Panera Bread, and I was like driving through the Panera Bread, and I got my order, like hand my card in, and this girl is like thinks she recognizes me. She's like taking a second, and my younger siblings are both very popular in high school, and I'm like, oh, probably you know one of my siblings, like one of them. That's why you don't know me. And then she's like, oh no, you're like Crash Course. We like watched it in my summer school classes, and then she like thanked me. Summer school sociology is an elective. I did not help you pass it. Like she was gonna get an A in that class.
Yeah. They do all the work, and then they give us the credit.
Thank you for saying this, but more importantly, the interaction like freaked me out and stressed me out so much that I drove off before she finished giving me my food. Like I left my food. I was like,
It's such a heightened thing. Yeah.
Yes!
And then you have to come back around and be like, sorry about that.
I never came back. I was like, that's to me.
I stopped sending John to Chipotle years ago because of this problem. I'd be like, this is all wrong, John.
I'd be like, I just grabbed whatever I could.
Just took what I had and before we wrap up, there is I got us all out of order because of this raffle thing. So I do have to announce the winners. Do you guys want to stick around and watch? Oh no, they're
yeah, absolutely.
for the raffle. So very quickly, the winners of our raffles, here they are. Look at them. They're beautiful. Look at these.
So good.
Two John Crochet Stuffy winners are Allison Appleton and John Turner. And the two Hank Crochet Stuffy winners are Rebecca Thurnbow, I think is how you say that, and James McCormick. And then we have one more fun surprise. In addition to this is what you guys thought, you were competing, you were buying raffle tickets for those things. But Amanda, who drew the names for tonight's raffle, generously offered to create a couple of bonus handmade clay pins for two additional winners, who she will work with each of them to design a custom pin and mail them after the event. And those two people are Christina Hay and James Seabach. So congratulations to all of the raffle winners, and to everyone. And thank you so much to everyone who purchased.
I just have to say, there's a comment that made Sarah really happy, which is that somebody commented that the John one looked very young.
Yeah, there's no gray in that pup.
And I appreciate that too.
Yarn really takes
there's no need to put the gray in, prematurely.
Right. That's at that point, there's like a certain point at which you're like, well, that's just rude. You didn't have to do that, Okay, well, before we go, let's bring everyone back on screen one last time. So all guests, maybe some moderators and volunteers who wish, and there's Amanda, drawer of names, maker of clay pins, and that's maybe too much for Untapped Inkwell to add. Untapped Inkwell, keeper of incredible lower thirds. Perfect.
Mermon.
John said so. Yeah, thank you, Abby. I appreciate that. Okay.
There's Michelle.
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Oh, this has been so wonderful. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle.
Yeah,
Thank you for all your words of wisdom, Sarah and John.
Oh, yes. All the hope.
John and Sarah.
Yeah.
It's great to be with y'all, and happy Esther Day to everyone out there. And just love you all.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, so much. Happy Esther Day.
Happy Esther Day.
Happy Esther Day, everyone.
Bye.
Happy Esther Day, yes. And whoever gets Amanda's clay items is going to absolutely love them. This is her star earrings she made for me.
Oh, beautiful.
Lovely.
Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you, everyone. It was really
Thank
wonderful.
you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Happy
everyone.
Bye, guys.
Happy yesterday.
Happy
Don't forget to
yesterday,
say I love you
everyone.
to somebody else tonight.
Oh, we covered it here. I love you.
Oh. And we love all of you guys too. Everybody
you
who's
all.
watching.
Love ya.
Bye.
Happy yesterday.
Happy yesterday.
That was really sweet.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye, Nicole.
Hi,
Bye, you
Nicole.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank
It was
you,
awesome to
Nicole.
meet you.
This is like the outtakes.
Haha! Oh yes, that's correct.
A song about friends. I have very many ships that I like. Steamboat, ferry, canoe. But I have only one ship that is my favorite ship. It is the ship. The what? The what? Friendship. Oh yeah, baby. Friendship. 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 You know it. You know it. Friendship. Haha, yes. What do you do when you have a flat tire? You call somebody. Who is it? You call your friends. That's correct. You call your friends. That's correct. Now what? Who do you call when you want a good time? When you have a nice time? To have a nice time, it's friends. That's correct. Who is it? It's your friends. That's correct. Basically, you can call them anytime when it's good or it's bad or it's neutral. Who do you call your friends? Haha, yes, you gotta call your friends. I'm all about that friendship. Yeah. Friendship.
Okay.
Friendship.
Haha!
Friendship. Friends. An anticlimactic ending. That's my style, everyone. I hope you're doing very great. TSWGO. It's me, Flula BORG. Have a very great time. Bye-bye. Friends. Friends.
Dance!
Dance.